and thanks for joining me while we celebrate 1 year of Forza Horizon 4. And what better cars to do that in than Ford Mustangs. This week's co-op championship is called Mustang versus Mustang. And for me, this is something special, as I really like Mustangs. And although I also like the new Mustangs, they have nothing on the classic Mustangs. So naturally, I chose one of the older ones, and I picked the 1971 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Will I be able to reach Mach 1? Most likely not, as we take these muscle cars to 3 dirt tracks. First up is the Cotswold Road Rally Trail, and it seems that I'm the only one in one of these classic cars. Everybody else, including all of the drivatars, took a more recent version. I'm starting on the last line, but hopefully have a decent launch. I'm hoping my car lives up to its name and launches me to pole position within a couple of seconds. Or will I be proven wrong in my choice and will I see everybody take off to never be seen again? Well, the start is very decent, and in the first corner there are a couple of drivers that think they are actually in tractors as they try to plow through the pack. I think I got out fairly well, and I also have a decent run, so I can continue my overtake streak. And I even get a little challenge for completing 3 great drafting skills. I get a small punt, nothing too serious, and then 2 bonsai in front of me tries to get planted. Or he's visiting his family of giants. He drops down the list faster than I can say his name. That's what you get for choosing such a name, of course. You're absolutely doomed to hit a tree. And now the chase is on. 4th place, and we are behind in points. We need to take some corrective action if we are to win this race. And after this massive corner, we take it to the dirt part. Let's see if my car can handle the dirt part as well. Lots of dirt in the air. It feels like driving through downtown Beijing, and I can't see where I should be going. Still manage to keep up and slowly creep up to 3rd place. And then I go for a very sneaky move to pass them. I literally fly past one of them and still manage to brake in time for the 90 degrees corner, and then can outdrag him, bringing me to 2nd place. 1st place is already for us, but will I be able to even get him, or will I drop down again? Another 90 degree corner there, and it goes smoothly, but also for the leader. In spite of our efforts in the front of the race, most teammates seem to struggle on this track. It seems that my Mach 1 is at least as good as the new iterations of the Mustang on this track, but my car looks a whole lot better. Which was actually, to be honest, the main reason for choosing this car, as I hit the finish line in 2nd place. But will it be sufficient? Most likely not, but well, let's see if anything changes on the leaderboard. There are a couple of changes, but it will not be enough as we lose with 150 points. 1st point goes to Team Drivatar, and we need to secure 2 victories if we still want to win the championship. Will we be able to do this? Well, my car seems to be breakdancing, so he has a good feeling about this championship. I really dig his confidence. I knew it was a car with attitude, however I never realized just how much. Next race is the Ashbrook Loop Scramble, so not a point-to-point race this time, but this time we get 3 laps. 3 laps where we get the opportunity to gain 9 positions as I start on the penultimate position once again. Will we have another rocket launch where I can quickly gain on this car's baby brothers? Will there be carnage on the 1st corner, which is a 90 degree corner? Let's find out. I tried to follow my Stefan on the left side, which seems to be a good decision. And the corner, indeed, it gives some minor scraping, and 2 bonsais nice enough to trim the wall in my benefit. And then 2 drivers are still on their breakdancing act, but luckily they do as ghosts. So we drive through them, or at least try to, but they keep appearing all over the place. And then Star Trek technology as he gets beamed ahead by Scotty. To Bonsai, well, he's not too keen on trees. This time around, his new fetish is walls. Yeah, he's into rocks as I roll over him. Up in third place as my Stefan. Well, he misses a checkpoint. That brings me up in second place. One to go. And on the dirt, I can easily gain on the driver car in front. And I have a dirty trick up my sleeve. I give him a little punt just before the corner. It slows me down to take the corner while he's in trouble. If that would have been a human player, he would not have been happy, I imagine. And to be honest, neither would I. But since he's a driver car, well, I couldn't care less. All dirty tricks are allowed to bring us closer to the victory, right? And that 90-degree corner in higher classes can be a very tricky corner, as it is easy to brake too late. Also, when trying to overtake and you try to stretch it a bit, you easily end up against the wall or in the grass. In A-class, when driving on one's own, it's a fun corner and I actually like this track a lot. Very nice flowing sectors coupled with a couple of tighter corners. It can be a very fast track, but still has some tricky bits in it, as shown by the missing checkpoint earlier. It seems that I made the right call when choosing this car. Of course, I equipped it with a handling tune. It only has 6.6 for speed, but 7.3 on handling. It was a rally tune by rival Lone Wolf, and it's called A800 Rally. Test it out, I like it a lot. I almost always use tunes by others, as I'm totally new to Forza series since Forza Horizon 4, so exactly a year now. But this tuning stuff is really a lot to take in. And I must admit that I do not have the patience to figure out what makes a decent tune. I'm just not good enough to know if a better lap time actually comes from the change in tune I made, or just because I was lucky or had a better run. I'm not consistent enough to do this tuning. So I take other people's tunes and I hope for the best, or change to another if required. When choosing, I focus on the handling. For most tracks, handling is more important than speed anyway. And we now are in the final lap. And this part I like a lot. If you can hit the checkpoints just right, you get a very, very fast run up this hill, which, well, slows down most cars. And then it is the very tight corner onto the dirt, where things can go wrong easily if you brake a little bit too late. But since I'm in the lead and have quite some margin, I take it rather slowly but decently, driving within myself, which, as explained earlier, can be tricky but can also be very fun if you can handle the car and the track. And now we are up in that 90-degree corner, and again it goes pretty smoothly as we head towards the finish line, and I'm still in first position. And we finish in first position, where we drove for 2.5 laps. My Stefan is second, and we have more than enough points to secure victory on this race. That means we have come to a draw. Championship victory boils down to the last race. Will I be able to mimic this race's performance, drive in pole for most of the race, or will I bottle it and, well, finish near the end of the pack? Will we be able to win, because my position alone doesn't account for anything? We will find out in the next race. But first, we get our win and our little victory dance as we head towards the next race, which happens to be the Broadway Village Scramble, where almost half of the lap is the finish start straight. Will my 6.6 speed bite me in the nether regions? Will the other half of the track give me enough of a chance to bring me to the front of the pack as I start, well, not in the penultimate position for a change? No. This time I actually start dead last. That just means a lot of opportunity and might bring some more action and excitement to this race. We start and immediately it is sandwich time and I'm the baloney. Everybody in front is swerving and I do not know where to go. So, still up in 4th place and I can outbrake the modern Mustang. Up in 4th place even before the first corner. And a missed checkpoint gives me another position. Then the driver car in front decides he is the police and wants to verify my driving license or something and tries to bring me to a complete stop. Then the sound of a collision, but not the visuals, and I get propelled forward, which makes me able to pass our police car. Now it is just 2 bonsai in front. Will he visit his family again? Maybe indulge his newly found cobble fetish? Well, it is not a cobble wall, but nevertheless he can't control his urges and visits the wall nonetheless. I'm up in 1st position. Will I be able to maintain my position on the long straight? We'll find out right now. I start the drag section towards the finish line. And I must admit, I'm a little bit confused. I expected to suffer on this long straight, but it seems I'm able to drive away from the pack. Not too sure what kind of tune the others have, but mine seems a lot better. Maybe the newer Mustangs have too high a PI to start with and can't upgrade a lot. My car starts as a C-class with 561 PI, so lots of room to play around with. That might have given me a better car for these tracks. I'm not sure. As I said, I'm not too knowledgeable about the entire tuning stuff. But if anybody is interested in tuning, I can advise you to go to Johnson's channel, as he did a video on tuning not too long ago. So go check that out. As far as points go, we have a very nice lead, so looking good for this championship as I head once more towards the long straight. Checking out the minimap, I have a very nice lead. Now all I have to do is keep it together once more, driving on my own in front of the entire pack. As we go towards the first corner, it seems that my Stefan is actually faster on the straight, as he's a lot closer now. But no threat for me just yet, as I keep trying to drive within myself, but I go a bit faster and, well, that makes me misjudge this next corner. But I'm able to keep it together. Did lose a couple of seconds though. Lost a bit of my lead, but it remains more than enough. We head towards the last 2 corners for the final time. And, well, take a look at the minimap. There is a very big gap between my Stefan and 3rd place. Then a small gap before the rest of the pack. First 2 places are for us, but also the last 2 places. Nevertheless, we seem to have enough points. Let's take it home, boys! Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you take one thing home from this video, it is always take the classics. Even if you do not win, you at least looked good losing. But if you can win, you really show them in their fancy prancing cars. 1st, 2nd and 4th place is enough to secure victory for the 3rd race. And as one driver car dropped down, that gave us even a bigger lead in points. Mustang versus Mustang. Well, my Mustang proved to be the better one. Blue team wins this championship, and I suppose we get a Mustang to celebrate. Let's find out. And of course we do, it's the number 25 RTR Mustang from 2018. I hope you enjoyed this week's video, where you could watch me drive in pole position for almost half of the video. Savor it, as that will not happen too often. And oh yeah, please press the right buttons. Don't be shy, push them. It doesn't hurt them, but not pushing them hurts me. So you know what to do, and see you next week.